Good afternoon, welcome to the Spare Change Challenge. We're here on Ignition Poker again. So by popular demand, I'm going to do something a little different. Today I thought we'd play some double ups. People are telling me these are good to play. They're soft, obviously, and easy to win. All you got to do is get the top 3 finish. So you have to basically survive half the field in these. So I thought something that would be fun to do is just start at the $5 level, and if we win, we'll play the $10 level. If we win that one, we'll go to the next level and see how far we can go. Of course, at some point we'll probably just call it a win and start over again. I thought it would just be something to see how high we can get playing these. Eventually you're going to get to a point where they're not running, and I guess bankroll wise it might not make sense to keep playing them if we just won $100 or something, right? Probably just bank it and keep going. But somebody was telling me they had won like 8 out of 10 of these or something. So I believe it. You know, you can certainly run that good in these because all you got to do is make the top 3, and you assume there's going to be 1 or 2 fish that'll just bust themselves, and then you just basically got to survive 1 or 2 people. So I know these are like watching paint dry sometimes, but I think there's some merit to playing these just because I think they are so soft, and it's definitely a nice change of pace while we explore other options and such, waiting for either the cash games to revive themselves on Ignition, but I think it'll make for shorter sessions for YouTube and for the stream. I think that's just more easily digestible for people in the meantime, and it's not like we're playing high level poker lately anyway, since we're playing at the micros for, you know, bankroll reasons and just kind of just biding our times until we find a better place to play cash games. I'm working on that front right now. I'm doing some experimenting at WPN to see if there's a viable way to do that, and stay tuned, that might be something we do. But first I've just got to explore that. I'm so used to playing the anonymous games for tabling now, I've got to kind of switch gears. So for now we'll just do these. Yeah, and I think it'll be fun trying to move up like steps or something, you know, like if we lose this first one, we'll just quit for the day. So we'll punish ourselves, right? If we don't keep winning, we'll have short sessions. If we keep winning, we'll stay and play. So I am not sure what all the levels are, honestly. I know there's probably a dollar level, but I didn't want to do a dollar level, so we'll do the $5 to start. Then I think there's a $10, of course. Yep, here we go. And I think those run a lot. These are easy to get games. I think the 5 and 10 are easy to get in. It might take a little longer on the higher stake. Mid stakes or higher stakes. So let's see if there's a $20 level. Okay, yeah, there's a $20 double up. Looks like there's a person sitting, so that's probably going to run. Let's see what else. What's the next level? 50? Yeah, looks like the next level is 15. Looks like they do run. There's 3 of 6 sitting at this one. So cool. So $5, $10, $20, $50. So if we win 4 in a row, we'll win $50, $70, $85. Not bad. Oops, gonna fold here. Whoops. And let's see if, I'm sure there's 100. Double up. Turbo. There's a double up, but I don't see a double up turbo. Once you get to the $100, looks like they don't run the turbos. It's just standard double up. But I don't think these are probably going to run very often. So we're probably just, if we win 4 straight or whatever, we'll just call it a day. I don't know how likely that is. I guess it's almost like winning 4 flips in a row, but not really, because I don't know what our edge is in these. How many would we expect to win out of 10 of these long term? I don't know. I know there's going to be some luck in them. Yeah, I just don't know. I think winning 4 in a row is certainly possible. We've won over 10 heads up. Sit and goes before in a row. So if you can do it there, you think this might even be, I don't know. I don't know if it's lower variance, higher variance, whatever. I do know the strategy in these basically. I'm not an expert in these by any means, but I think it's all about stack conservation and not risking your tournament life unnecessarily. Like, you just want to avoid flips, especially early on and in mid stages. You kind of want to keep your fold equity stack maintained, and then when you get to higher blinds, you just kind of profitably shove and maintain your stack when you have to. And that's pretty much it, I think. Why is this saying I'm 53.34? It's showing, probably showing my it's really weird. I think it's showing my overall. I don't know why it's doing that, like all the hands I've played. It might seem weird to fold ace queen here, but I think it's the standard play in a double up. I think it's the standard play. I think even you want to kind of avoid getting it in with like queens, right? You don't want flips. I think kings and aces, you still have to try and get it in at any point. Maybe not on the bubble if you have like or second in chips. Yeah, you don't want to do it if you're second in chips and the chip leader's going to knock you out. You don't want to get, you don't want to even want to get it in 80-20 at that spot. You just want to kind of just win when it's like four-handed and you're second in chips. So yeah, a lot of that comes into play. It's almost like a satellite. So unless you flop the nuts or something in the blinds, and you're pretty much not trying to get the money in at any point. So unless I spike a 6 on the river, this hand is, I'm never putting more money into this pot. I just think even saving that 10 or 20 chips is worth your while for later stages. Looks like king high is going to take it down. And I know if you have really tight players behind you, you can still steal. If you got a guy behind just like playing no hands. So we will definitely steal. It's just a matter of trying to avoid all the other marginal spots. And I think just completing in a 4-way is worth it. Just try and flop trips to the nuts or something like that. I think what most people do in these is just wait for the blinds to go up. And I think generally people don't stab that much at pots. Probably not as much as they should. So a lot of times we'll just check it down here. If it's a safe turn, we might bet just to protect our hand. Not sure if people bet flush draws on these. I think we still bet half pot here to protect. It's an easy bet fold. I think there are some one spade type hands that'll call. Runs out 4 to straight. I think this player will just check it down most of the time. He's kind of been passive so far, so I don't think he's going to bluff that often. Even though players will tend to bluff with the missed flushes there in standard games, but this is definitely not a standard type game. Yeah, so this looks like a good game. We got limpers. Got passive players, limpers. So, I mean, this is the $5 level, so we can expect it to be really soft and profitable. So you guys let me know what you think about these things, whether you want to see more of these or not. Yeah, I think it'd be fun just to try and just run it up, right? Move up in steps rapidly. Like, you know, it'll be kind of exciting to play the $50 ones. If we win 3 of these in a row, we get it rewarded by a shot. Then if we lose that one, what do we lose total, you know? $10. It's not quite our initial buy-in just because there's a $20 level and there's the $50, so there's that $10 gap in there. So put down 10 or 15 if we lost the $50 level. So yeah, we're doing well in this. It's still 6-handed and we have above a starting stack. So you kind of want to maintain, I think it's around, I mean, 5 big blinds, you pretty much have fold equity in these, so depending on who's behind you and how many chips they got, but you definitely don't want to be at like when it's 100, 200 and you have like 600 chips, right? You don't want that to happen. You want to have like 1,000 chips minimum at that point. I almost wish these were hypers. They'd be we could get through these a lot quicker. I guess we could do something like the 6-handed hypers, and if we make money in that, we just take that to whatever level that it affords us. Like if we win it, we win like $40. We play a $40 sit and go or whatever, $20, 2 20s, whatever, and just play on winnings always. And then the first time we don't win anything, we just quit for the day. That could be fun. I mean, you go on a hot streak, you can run it up quick, and you have like it's almost like a blackjack martingale. Like as long as you keep doubling up your bet, you're only going to lose your initial bet, which works all well and good, assuming there's no cap on your bets, and you know when, and you have your you set your limits. I don't even know if this is a complete here. I guess it's for 25. It's worth trying to catch a 5-5-3 flop or something. I don't know. A straight. You're not even that happy with a flush when you get one with that hand, honestly. Return the flush draw. This is the nuts. We're going to check shove this, right? But you can see how just nobody bets unless they have like the nuts. So we're going to easily get rid of our crappy flush draw here that has a lot of reverse and flat odds. I mean, when you see this kind of somebody betting and calling, it's almost somebody's got at least a 9 probably a boat here often. They both have queen. That's really surprising. Just shows how fishy these players are. They shouldn't be putting that much money in with a weak top pair on a trips board like that. I think the better play is just to try and get the showdown. Unless this guy's just trying to get this guy off a similar hand, which, yeah, doesn't make much sense. So that's a definite overplay there. You don't want to cripple yourself. Want to keep that stack maintained. Stack maintenance, stack maintenance, stack maintenance, basically. These seem to be a pattern here. These 3 players are getting involved in hands. The sooner someone busts, the better. We prefer it to be like 4-handed going into the like 100, 200 if possible. Nobody has a diamond, huh? Interesting. Alright, blinds are now everybody has like 15, 16 big blinds. The blinds are starting to become worth something. So stealing at this point can become better. I thought about doing some mass tabling on stream. I think we talked about this last session. I just don't know how. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to talk during the sessions that much. I mean, decisions are just happening, you know. I don't know whether would that be entertaining just to watch somebody play like 20 tables, just watch tables flash up and disappear. I mean, I guess you can just watch the graph. I don't know. I don't know how much entertainment value there is in there, so you guys let me know. I mean, nobody's asked me to do that or even seemed to care so far. So without any kind of, you know, interest in it, then what's the point, right? Because I know that OBS will tend to lag me, so it's already laggy enough to have like 20, 24 tables up, so I don't know how that would work even. I have a feeling that I might crash a few times each session or something. Okay, so things aren't really developing here. I mean, normally at this point you would have at least one person busted, sometimes two. But we have some. I mean, I guess everybody's still above 1,000. There's really nothing's really developed. I mean, still being at above your starting stack is still very good at this point. Actually, if you're at like 1,200, you're still okay here. It's basically right now you're like one steal away almost from just getting back to starting stack. One thing about limpers limping a lot is it kind of takes away your stealing ability. Like I can't just shove over his limp with ace jack there. I don't know whether that was a tilt shove or what. Don't want to be stealing wide with this guy in the blinds, although he's folded 2 of 2 to steal so far. Excuse me, 2 of 2 to steals so far. I think I need to change this to. I think it somehow got changed to showing my stats long term instead of by the session. I don't know where that is though. Under HUD maybe? I don't see it. Stats. Okay, there we go. Switch to current session. Aha, okay. I knew it was in there somewhere. Alright, now we'll hide this again. It's almost like I wish I could just pause the stream or the video. I guess if we were just recording this straight for YouTube, we could do that on Camtasia. Just like start every tournament, or just start it when a hand happens, right? I think it'd be worth it just to, go through the whole thing. Blinds are up. So there's 225 out there. There's no ante. Doesn't say what the next level is. I don't think this is refreshed yet as why. Should be 100, 200. Don't believe there's going to be an ante either at the next level. It definitely hurts when the blinds go through you now, so you definitely have to start stealing at this point. It's good when they fold to you. Guess we'll complete for 75 more. So this is what's difficult in these spots is when you flop these type of hands. It's like you can't check call. I don't really want to burn chips and bet. Yeah, you're just hoping basically to check down here. It's not really, when I complete this hand, I'm not really looking to flop 7-3 deuce. I'm looking more for 7-4 deuce or flop a straight, something like that. Trips. You're really just not looking to pile it in. I mean, I guess if the blinds were 2-4 right now, we'd do that. But yeah, I'm not even going to call this bet. I'm just going to fold and save my 150. For one thing, I'd not last to act. I have really no way to improve except a 7 or a 4. There's no backdoor flush draw or anything. So I think you're better off just getting away from it. Out of position especially. So yeah, the next level does not have antes, but it's still 1-2. So usually at this point, I mean I keep saying usually, but I've played a few of these, and usually there's like a giant stack by now, like 4 players left. Usually we're down to like at least 5 players by now. Yeah, this guy hit it on the river. So he's limping ace queen, we know that now. So it's not really the kind of guy you want to just shove over light. This guy's been pretty passive. I was going to try and steal here, but I got beat to the punch. Wow, this guy called. He must have the nuts. He must be like aces or kings or queens here. There's no way he calls otherwise, right? He wouldn't put that much of a stack in without the nuts. So I imagine he's just shoving the turn. Wow. I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, okay. So he didn't have the nuts pre-flop, but he flopped the nuts. That was pretty lucky on his part. That was a pretty bad call pre-flop. If he thinks this guy's light, which he has no reason to think this guy's light, he should be shoving a hand like that, but he should never be calling half his stack off. So, man, how nice is it to call with just ace high and flop a flush? Must be living right or something. I guess that's what makes these so profitable. Is this a little bit of a tilt raise here, or does he actually have it? He's been pretty tight so far, so I expect this is a hand that he thinks is pretty strong, relatively speaking, like an ace-jack or something, king-queen. He's probably not folding. Figures he's desperate now that he's around 1100, which he's not really. It's fine. I would be actually happy with about 1,000 chips right now. I think I could probably navigate that to a win a lot of the time. Anything above that is gravy. So we do have the AC Deucey, which against a guy, like if I had a 70% limper, I could shove over top of him, but this guy's already shown that he limps big hands, so we're definitely not shoving this over a limp. Yes, usually you see more hands by now in these. Especially, I guess, as we move up in stakes, just because just a lot more passive play pre-flop. Wow, this guy just put it in open-ended. I guess he felt like he was desperate. He wasn't really, but good for us. Now we only have to survive 2 more players. We have a really short stack here and a short stack. I mean, that's how quick it can go. We get these 2 players to bust out, and we are in the money. Yeah, I don't think... This might be a shove already. I don't know. Yeah, probably is. Just because this guy's so tight, and those chips are worth a lot of money. We're still not on the bubbles, so we definitely have to maintain. We don't really want to drop below 1,000. So we probably can go through the blinds one more time before we have to start shoving wide. I mean, I've played these before where we just are basically 0-0 and we win. I mean, it happens. We will be shoving this on the button. We could be, if this guy wasn't limping. This is what I'm talking about. This is a thorn in your side when you're... Yeah, this keeps you from being able to do a lot of the moves you'd like to do. Our hand's not... you just have to have a pretty strong hand. Like if I had 8s or, you know, ace queen plus, ace jack suited maybe plus, I would shove that. But I think with this guy's stack size the way it is, he might gamble, and you don't really want to get him in a 70-30 at this point. It's just not necessary. Okay. This guy's getting kind of short. Just putting him all in. It's good when you have a... It can be good when you have a big stack asserting themselves like that. It just depends on the situation. It can definitely be a thorn in your side too. So this guy should be shoving like almost any 2 here. When he raises like that, it actually makes me think maybe he's stronger, like really strong. Did I have 6-9? I think I had 6-9 here. Wow. Wow, he turns it. That's unfortunate because we would have been like on the bubble here with a really short stack, and instead we're in a tough spot now. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's thinking, I guess. I don't know why he would put the money in there. Or why he would put half a stack in with a kind of a station in the blinds behind him. I don't know. Hopefully this guy keeps his trend of folding a lot. Nope. Just like that, it's just how quickly things can happen. Now I'm the short stack and I need to get a little bit... I need to get some chips, so I guess it's a good time for aces. This is usually how you bust in one of these, by the way, is you pick up aces. Wow. Okay. It's going to look strong no matter what we do here. Well, I mean, we might as well have had deuce 3 there. It's kind of a bad spot for aces. This guy finally didn't limp a hand, and it was, Could definitely argue for a shove here. Hey, Adam. Yes, we lost like 11 in a row at one point, so it takes a while to recover from that. But we're going to keep that up, and we're going to consider these. These are basically like the same thing. They're 50-50s, so we're going to count that toward the score. It's not just heads up we're counting the score on, it's everything, so. I didn't realize these took so long. I forgot. It's been so long since I've done them. We're running 30 minutes now. We might just have to, unless one goes really quickly, we might have to just do one of these a day. Like if we win today, we'll play the $10 tomorrow, and so on. I mean, I think if I was going to play these long term, I would play like, just keep loading them, and I mean, play as many as I could play at once, like 20 at once or whatever, right? Just everyone, I would play like 4 different levels and just mass table them if possible. Actually, these are sit and goes technically, right? I wonder if these are like regular sit and goes and you can only play 4 at a time. I think probably. So whatever, I would play 4 at a time. Well, blinds went up. Now there's antes. Unfortunately, I think if we get shoved on here, we've got to just go with it. Yeah, we just got to go with it. It sucks, but I think if we had like 1,800 chips, we wouldn't go for it here. But with this stack size, we kind of just have to go for it. And just hope we can hold. No king, no deuce. Okay. Now we're in an okay spot. We're on the bubble. Like, isn't that funny? If we had more chips, we wouldn't call there. The fact that we fold there, we might not get a better spot than that. So I'm going to fold to 6-9. Last time I folded 6-9, I would have flopped a straight. So now we're just looking to maintain and hope somebody else busts themselves. That's it. We have to get the top 3, and that's it. We don't. There's no extra prize for having the biggest stack or anything. We just kind of gotta work on these guys a little bit. And if they bust each other, I mean, that's good for us. We're not putting any more chips in until we have to. Let these guys bust themselves. It's not my job to bust these guys. It's just not worth running into a big hand right now. It's like, if this was a regular sit and go, I would be shoving. I mean, that'd be a slam dunk shove right there if it was the bubble. But with a flat payout structure, there's no reason to do it. We're hoping this guy shoves here, gets called, and the tournament's over, right? Only 3 get paid. Well, first place makes no more money than second place or third place. So hopefully these guys just try and outlast each other and we come in third place. Call! You have the big stack. Call! We actually do want to call here. Okay. We just want this guy to win. Okay, just have to avoid a king or spades or a 3. Well, I think we got it. We win. That's all there is to it, guys. We played like one hand. We played like one hand. And we doubled up. So, yeah. We're 34 minutes in. Let's see. Let's see if there's one available right now. Like 5 people seated already. There's 2 seated. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. And it's not just because, you know, I don't have time or anything. I've been really busy this week so far with the real job. I actually have to go over to the coast an extra day this week and work. So I've got limited time for poker right now. But yeah, that was fun. We won. Tomorrow we'll play the $10 level. And we'll go ahead and add that in as a win. So now we're 12-19. We're making a little comeback here on our road back to getting to 500. But tomorrow's the $10 level, and if beyond that, we'll go to the $20, etc. Unless we lose, then we'll go back to the $5 level again. So, okay. Short and sweet today. Everybody enjoy the rest of their day. We'll talk to you again.